Travel, if you're traveling over the weekend, does look like it's going to be Sunday, but dry weather should go into next week, most of next week. I'm Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Yeah, we are in that transitional time period. Let's look at our current conditions this morning. How much rain did we get yesterday? Well, for all of the, the rawness of it, we only got 0.13 of an inch, 0.13 in the rain gauge from yesterday. Winds are blowing out of the west this morning at 5 miles an hour. Humidity is at 100% of saturation, and pressure is still up at 30.13 here at WCLU Studios, 48 degrees. Good morning, everybody.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. A partial judicial victory for Governor Bevin. A judge rules the governor can reorganize some government boards when the legislature's not in session, but he can't write new laws. The ruling is a win-lose for Governor Bevin and Attorney General Andy Beshear. Bevin's order shuffling membership requirements for some public education boards stands, but his order establishing a new appeals process for teacher disciplinary actions is unconstitutional. A man is behind bars accused of carjacking a Richmond woman on her way to work in Powell County.
This is something that doesn't happen in rural towns.
Powell County Deputy Sheriff Mike Townsend tells WKYT the victim came upon a wreck Wednesday morning and stopped to see if she could help. That's when a person from the wreck forced her to take him to a home in Powell County. She was able to escape.
We take it serious, and I think we made a fast arrest, and hopefully we have closure to it and we'll get a conviction.
Police arrested Freddie Reed Jr. of Clay City for the crime. A Scott County woman is facing a lengthy list of charges for allegedly stealing more than $100,000 from the Lexington business where she worked. Sandra Selma Law is charged with forgery and theft for taking the money from BJM and Associates where she worked as a bookkeeper. She allegedly wrote 75 checks to herself and her husband. She has previous convictions on similar charges in Lexington as well as Pennsylvania and Ohio. A Hardin County man could be out of prison in as little as 2.5 years despite pleading guilty to having a huge stash of child pornography. A judge yesterday told Eric Easley that his case is a violation of human decency and sentenced him to 12 years. But because he has only to serve 20% of his term in 2.5 years, he could be out sooner than later. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire. On Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Andre, I need a longer straw.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders, juicy and made with 100% white meat.
You're watching WCLU's Live and Local Morning Show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
Legendary Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Legendary's has been in business for over 100 years.
Degrees at WCLU as we wake up on the Live and Local 6 o'clock morning edition. As I told you earlier, we've had 0.13 of an inch of rain, 0.13 in the rain gauge. And it looks like that we're going to be having a couple of cooler days here over the weekend. And I noticed in the forecast that over the weekend we could have some wind speeds in the range of 30 miles an hour. So we'll be sure and check that forecast out for you coming up in just a couple of moments. In local news at this hour, 911 dispatch is reporting they were called out yesterday afternoon just before 1 o'clock to Coral Hill Road. The Hinesville Fire Department, the Cave City Fire Department, and the East Barron Fire Department, along with Barron County EMS and the Barron County Sheriff's Office, all were called to that scene. We'll work to get some more details as far as exactly what was going on at that address yesterday. Kentucky City has announced an agreement with an Indiana company that would lead to an ultra-fast internet service for residents. Media reports Lexington Mayor Jim Gray said the proposed fiber optic network by MetroNet would transform the community into one of the nation's largest gigabit cities. If the deal gets approval from the Lexington Fayette Urban City Council, the construction could begin early next year, and customers could begin signing in by summer. It would mean significantly faster internet service. Gigabit spins transfers about 1,000 megabits per second. Studies have found that Lexington's average internet speed is 16.2 megabits per second. Gray said the city needs ultra-high-speed internet to attract and keep high-tech jobs. President of MetroNet is John Sinelli, said the company hasn't yet decided where to begin construction or how much the service will cost. A Kentucky man has been sentenced to over 12 years in prison for dozens of child pornography charges. The News Enterprise in E-Town reports Hardin Circuit Judge Ken Howard told Eric Easley, quote, "This is the most egregious violation of human decency that I have ever seen in 30 years, unquote. The 48-year-old Easley was formally sentenced Tuesday as a part of a plea agreement on 42 felony charges of possession and distribution of child pornography. Easley was one of 10 people in 9 counties who were arrested as a result of an investigation. Easley will be eligible for parole after serving 20% of his sentence, or 2.5 years. Upon release, he will be required to register as a lifetime sex offender. Let's find out some more information about what's going on with our local Chamber of Commerce. And here's the Executive Director, Ernie Myers.
Everyone from the Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce. You know, Christmas parade time is coming up real soon. That'll be on December the 2nd, which is just about 2 weeks from this coming Saturday. The drop-dead deadline to get your application in for the Christmas parade is close of business on Friday. That's tomorrow, the 17th. The chamber offices are open from 8:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon. And if you have not gotten your application in by 4:30 in the afternoon here at the office at 118 East Public Square, then I'm afraid your entry just won't be able to be entered into the parade. So please, if you have forgotten about it, procrastinated, put it off, or anything of that sort, let this be your notice. You need to get that application in to be in the 2017 Christmas parade, which takes place on December the 2nd. So get them in by tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. So that's what's going on at the Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce. We're working together, building a better community.
Thank you, Ernie. It's 6:16. WCLU will return with area funeral announcements after this timeout.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lesenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902. South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit SouthCentralKYMonuments.com.
6:18 at WCLU, waking up with overcast skies. Looks like, though, we're going to have a pleasant day today. Not terribly cold, just 2 or 3 degrees cooler than we were yesterday. We had 0.13 of an inch of rain in yesterday's rain shower activity. In area funeral announcements this hour, Reverend Lowell Davis, age 93, of Cave City, died Tuesday at the Medical Center at Caverna. He was a retired carpenter and a faithful member of the Servant Valley United Baptist Church, and he was the oldest minister of the Green River Association of United Baptists. He pastored several churches in central Kentucky and the Louisville area. He was also the past president of the Ohio Valley Singing Convention. He is survived by 3 daughters, Joyce Hall of Shepherdsville, Joanna Dennison of Cave City, and Judy Whittle of Elizabethtown. 2 sisters, Eva Lee Seago of Louisville and Cora Meredith of Bowling Green. 8 grandchildren, 28 great-grandchildren, and several great-great-grandchildren. Funeral services for Reverend Lowell Davis will be at 12 noon Friday at the Servant Valley United Baptist Church, and terminus to be in the Cave City Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 1 p.m. at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel, and after 10 a.m. Friday at the church. Betty Jean Grimes, age 83, of Bowling Green, died Tuesday. She was a homemaker, a loving wife, mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother, and a longtime member of Penn's Chapel Church of Christ. Her survivors include 5 children: Kay Fulker, Karen Wright, Kent Grimes, Kelvin Grimes, and Katrina Carter. 1 sister-in-law, Juanita Lawing, 14 grandchildren, and 24 great-grandchildren. Funeral services for Betty Jean Grimes will be at 11 o'clock on Friday morning at the Hardy & Son Funeral Home's Bowling Green Chapel. Burial in the Penn's Chapel Cemetery. Visitation will be from 3 until 8 today and from 9 until 11 Friday at the funeral home. The family requests that donations may be made to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, Hospice of Southern Kentucky, or the Alzheimer's Association. Funeral services for Ronald Kendrick Harris, age 71, of Glasgow, will be at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial with military honors provided by DAV Chapter 20 of Glasgow will be at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will be today from 4:30 until 8 and Friday morning until time for service. Funeral services for Carly Paul Dodson, age 75, of Tompkinsville, will be today at 1 o'clock, with burial to follow in the Bailey Cemetery. Funeral services for Christy Boston Wheeler, age 54, of Glasgow, will be at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Funeral services for Vicki Edwards Robertson, age 68, of Horse Cave, will be today at 2 o'clock at the Pleasant Valley Baptist Church. Burial to be in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Arrangements under the direction of the Wind Funeral Home. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
We pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
The score from the Kentucky News Network. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Both the University of Kentucky and University of Louisville men's basketball teams back on the hardwood today, preparing for their big matchups over the weekend. The Wildcats seek to bounce back that tomorrow when they host East Tennessee State. Kentucky looking to avenge their loss to Kansas earlier this week. Tomorrow will start a matchup of 5 straight home games for the Cats. And the Louisville Cardinals back at it tomorrow night as well. They'll host Omaha. The Cards are 1-0 after their season opening win over George Mason. Action on the court last night involving teams from the Commonwealth. 6 players in double figures helped Western Kentucky grab their first win of the season. An 83-53 win over Kentucky Wesleyan in the 35th annual BB&T Classic at EA Diddle Arena. Senior forward Dwight Colby scoring a career-high 19 points. The Hilltoppers will complete their 3-game homestand to start the season when they host Nicholls State on Saturday. Kentucky State junior guard Roy Crew notched his second double-double in as many games with 25 points and 10 rebounds, but it wasn't enough. Kentucky State falling to the University of Indianapolis 101-87. Bruin and the Thoroughbreds are now off to Richmond, where the University of Kentucky men's basketball team will host Kentucky State in its home opener tonight. EKU opening the season with a come-from-behind 73-72 win at Rice last Friday night. And the Morehead State Eagles will match up with one of its longest-running rivals tonight inside Johnson Arena as Marshall pays a visit. Early season excitement in top 25 college basketball last night.
4 seconds, 3 seconds, Law guarded 3, it's no good! Jays win! Jays win! Jays win! Jays win! And the Creighton Blue Jays have defeated number 19 Northwestern on the road. I love it, I love it, I love it.
Kyrie Thomas scored a career-high best 24 points and grabbed 11 boards. The Blue Jays, as you heard, upset the ranked Wildcats 92-88. The Blue Jays moving to 3-0 in the country. Guess what? They'll move on to play UCLA Monday night in Kansas City at the Hall of Fame Classic. And speaking of UCLA...
Holiday's got it. The Bruins dribble out the clock, and they survive. Overtime against Central Arkansas. This one was a 45-minute coronary.
UCLA avoiding a major upset with a 106-101 overtime win against Central Arkansas inside Pauley Pavilion. Speaking of UCLA, the school suspending 3 basketball players who were accused of shoplifting in China. Head coach Steve Alford said LeAngelo Ball, Jalen Hill, and Cody Riley are an indefinite suspension while they go through the university's disciplinary review process. They will not travel with the team, nor will they suit up for games. Women's college basketball around the Commonwealth last night. Eastern Kentucky grabs a 62-59 win over Western Carolina. Murray State falls to Butler 88-59, and Morehead State grabs their largest margin of victory in program history, and with a 120-41 win over Brescia. And the National Football League lifting the lid on their weekend tonight, and it should be a good one. The Titans seeking their 5th straight win as they visit the Pittsburgh Steelers for Thursday Night Football. Tennessee sits at 6-3. The Steelers 7-2 with the best record in the AFC. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Thank you, Scott. I'm still amazed that nobody's called you and said, hey, it's Brescia. It's Brescia over in Owensboro. I don't know about Brescia. But anyway, they'll get that word to him, I'm sure. They have an affiliate in Owensboro. Right now, it's 6:26. Let's go ahead and talk about the weather forecast today. Ray Stajic has been shoring up the situation, and he says maybe a little cold front not going to give us a big problem, but some windy rain coming in here toward the weekend, Ray.
Clouds in and areas of patchy fog around this morning. We're going to get into sunshine, though, and the weather much improved as we head on through today. Cold front is through, so temperatures are down a bit. We're going to quickly bump back up, though, with rain by the beginning of the weekend. Patchy fog around this morning, then developing sunshine and mostly sunny this afternoon, 49. Tonight mainly clear and colder, 31. So certainly a jacket tomorrow morning, and you might not need it in the afternoon. Sun with a few clouds, 60. And the winds will start to pick up out of the south as we look on through tomorrow night. And we'll get some rain and wind on Saturday in the low 60s. And then colder Sunday, mostly sunny, highs only in the mid-40s, lows in the 20s. The 50s will return next weekend. At least through Wednesday, it looks like we'll have a dry stretch of weather for holiday travel. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
48 degrees this morning, Ray. We're at 627. Barometer's at 30.13. Humidity at 100%. The west winds are at 5 miles an hour. And we have recorded 1,300ths of an inch of rain, 0.13 in yesterday's slow-moving rain shower activity. 628, 48 degrees. Good morning.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
A hometown experience with honest people, a novel idea, not at Bailey Gibson. We understand you work hard for your money and deserve the best when shopping for a vehicle. Times are tough and buying a vehicle is a big decision. Dad prides himself in having honest employees who will help in any way they can before and after your purchase. At Bailey Gibson, we pledge to give you a hometown experience with honest people. Now that's an idea you can bank on.
It's 48 degrees, 629 WCLU as we are moving forward here on this Thursday morning. We have a meeting today for the Highland Elementary Site-Based Council. It's at 4:30 at the school today. Also, Beshka Moore is going to teach a yoga class today, and again on Thursday the 30th at noon at the Mary Woodwellton Library. Yoga can be a great remedy for holiday stress. Be sure and sign up at the library to get involved in that. And lots to talk about the holidays coming up, and want to talk about the volunteer meeting that's scheduled for this Sunday the 19th at 3 o'clock over at the Bunch Center. This is for all volunteers helping with the Thanksgiving feast on Thanksgiving Day. It's become a tradition very quickly, much enjoyed, much needed. This meeting, though, is for those who have already committed and anybody that might be interested in helping on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day at Bunch. Here's a number if you need to ask a question. It is 404-5175. That's 404-5175. And certainly something, one of many things we had to be proud of around here, the folks who kick in and make sure that everybody gets a nice, enjoyable Thanksgiving. I'm going to kick in and talk about some birthdays that are coming up here. 48 degrees at 6:31. And first of all, today we've got Kaylee Richardson. Kaylee is turning 12 today. Tina Sharp, happy birthday to you, Tina. We've got a gongaree over here. Let me reach over here and swing the gong. It's the big 30 gong today for Tyler Keating. Lindsay Crow with a birthday. Heaven Hayes. Heaven is 18. John Clark is 67. Darlene Vincent, happy 58th birthday to you, ma'am. It's all birthdays so far. And to be honest with you, I haven't looked to double check and make sure that we haven't added any over the last few minutes, but I'll do that here in a minute. 651-914-9800-956-1023. Online, WCLUradio.com. The birthdays today brought to you by Ralphie's Fun Center. They've got a Black Friday event coming up a week from this Friday, 9 a.m. and will end at midnight. And it's on Friday the 24th only. You can purchase a $20 gift card for only $10, but that's one day only, Black Friday. Also that day you can purchase a child's multi-activity wristband at a regular price of $15, and you can get an adult for only $5. The activities include skating, bowling, mini golf, time freak, and inflation. So come on out and enjoy Black Friday at Ralphie's.
There's one. Your change in the bottom of your purse. Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Mistake. Many live with regret, but our God wants us to live without fear. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 5, verses 13 and 14, that the one who did not listen to the voice of his teachers will wind up on the brink of utter ruin. Allow me to suggest a few things that if you'll heed now, you'll live a victorious life and not look back on with regret later. You will likely regret sacrificing all of your spare time to social media. Americans spend hundreds of thousands of hours on Facebook alone each month. There's a huge difference between building relationships through social media and replacing your relationships with social media. Time wasted now will be time regretted later. Look at Ephesians 5:15 and 16. God tells us to be wise in the way we manage our time. This has been Bart Warren for South Green Street Church of Christ.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned
WCLU 48 degrees this morning. Some interesting things that you can do. First of all, this weekend, we're going to have the big holiday bazaar Saturday from 8 until 2 at the Extension Office at 1463 West Main Street. You get early start on baked goods, perfect for Thanksgiving, feasting. You can shop for specialty gifts, stocking stuffers, doll clothing, and various household items. So that's the big Extension Homemakers Bazaar on Saturday. On Sunday, the Glasgow Music House Thanksgiving Gift to the Community, presented by organist Roy Curtis Nance. It's going to be Sunday at 2 p.m. at the Glasgow Baptist Church. Now, this is a celebration and a homecoming for Roy Nance, a WKU graduate, who served as the Glasgow Baptist Church's music director during the mid-'70s, and he also recently retired after serving 35 years at Frankfort's First United Methodist Church as their organist, 28 years of those as the music minister. Now, the event is admission-free. There's no advance reservations or tickets required. Light refreshments will be served at the conclusion of the program. And if you've not heard Mr. Roy Curtis Nance play the organ, he can fire it up for sure. And I'm sure he'll be blowing some of the dust out of the pipes at the Baptist Church on Sunday with his skills as an organist. 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Put it on the calendar and make sure you get there. All right. 6:35 now at WCLU. Time for us to do some archiving, where we look at some of the things that got us here and explain a few things, as they say. The South Central Kentucky Cultural Center, the Museum of the Barrens, with some special things coming up for you this holiday season. I'll talk about that right after this word from our sponsors of the archives, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic, and Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
The medical field has advanced tremendously over the last few decades, but for patients, it becomes more and more difficult to get an appointment with your primary care provider. However, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic offers an alternative, more old-fashioned, laid-back approach. So it's no coincidence they're located in the Mars Medical Building, a place that's always been known for its patient-first mentality. Whether it's a walk-in or a scheduled visit, Tony Hogan, nurse practitioner, and his staff are there to make sure you get the treatment you deserve. The Tony Hogan Health Clinic, 270-651-6707. 15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
All right, 6:37 WCLU, 48 degrees. We're into the archives. And, hey, we both wore black tops today.
I know. There we go.
Do we think it's Black Thursday?
I know. I'm ready for Black Friday.
All right. Well,
I'm ready to knock somebody down over a $3 crock pot.
Yeah, well, plug it in first.
You mean tell you what I used to try to get my sister to do on Black Friday?
What's that?
It's like, say we're in a big box store, right? And somebody's got something in their cart that we want.
Yeah.
And they're sold out.
Yeah.
I want Ashley like to throw herself in the floor on one side of the cart and act like she's having like a spell of some sort.
Yeah.
Then when the person goes to help her, I'll grab the item and run.
That's fairly diabolical for young girls.
I can never talk her into doing it.
Yeah, that was just. Oh, you never did it. You just wanted to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, we did get 52 bath towels one year, and they had them on sale for $2.
Yeah, well, it's Black Friday coming up.
I don't know why she would never do that, do you?
Well, I think she's probably she was raised right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. The first year we went, she was so nice. At, at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Excuse me. By 9 o'clock, she was knees and elbows too, trying to get what she wanted.
Some people just want to be in the mix.
There you go.
1917, 100 years ago. Here we go. A smallpox epidemic has been present in Edmonton for about 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
A smallpox epidemic has been present in Edmonton about 4 weeks. Mrs. Carrie Shirley Beecham broke out with the malady upon her return from Detroit, Michigan. Since then, her mother and 4 others have taken ill with the disease. We have been informed that only 1 case resulted from the first case, and the Shirley Hotel will open to the public in about 10 days. So here's a girl that comes home from Detroit and brings smallpox to her family.
Mm-hmm.
But they shut down the hotel and trying to contain it just to the city of Edmonton in 1917. Hopefully they had some good ways of dealing with it, because that can get away from you. 1927, Angela, this was in the Glasgow Times. Felix Murray, the 10-year-old student in the 5th grade at the Horse Cave Graded N High School, has been notified that he was the winner of $5 and a bronze medal offered by the State Highway Educational Bureau of Washington, D.C. It was 3rd prize offered by the Bureau last March in a contest. The prizes were offered for the best essay on why children should be taught street highway safety. Now, you remember this is 1927. Those machines are creeping into our daily life, so they had the essay contest there. But now Mr. Murray is a Hart County native, a graduate of Horse Cave High School and the University of Kentucky, a World War II Army veteran, a retired Army Reserve Lieutenant Colonel, an employee of Horse Cave Bank, Executive Vice President of Farmers National Bank, President and Chamber of the Board of NFNB, President of the Kentucky Bankers Association, and a member and deacon at the Glasgow Baptist Church, a member of Emmanuel Baptist Church in Lexington, and a member and president and Paul Harris Fellow of the Glasgow Rotary Club.
Well,
that's just some notes there put in there by Mr. Ray Green, one of our archivists, and many folks know and appreciate with fond memories Mr. L. Felix Murray and all of his involvement in the community. And I remember him being involved in some of these writing contests, that where a student would be given a topic and awarded something, and you can see where he got that from being back in the 5th grade at Horse Cave.
Right.
And one more thing I'll throw in about him, because he told me this one time very, very humbly, that he was in World War II. He was a driver for General Patton.
Oh, that'd be neat.
I'm sure he could have told some stories. But anyway, that was in 1927, a young Felix Murray. All right, let's move to 1937 and go to the show. At the Plaza Theater Thursday and Friday, the movie is Life Begins in College.
Well, there you go.
With Joan Davis, Tony Martin, and Gloria Stewart. I don't know what it was about, but that was it in 1937. On Saturday of the weekend, you can come watch San Quentin, starring Pat O'Brien and Humphrey Bogart. At the Plaza.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
1937. 1947, this day, still faced with a shortage of Army nurses, the Department of Army has authorized an extension of the campaign to interest qualified nurses to a career with the new regular Army Nurse Corps. Nurses, with or without previous military experience, are urged to consider the new benefits. Age limits are from 21 to 34 inclusive. The deadline for application is November the 30th. So if you were a nurse, 21 to 34, wanted to sign up to help out the country, they had some incentives there for you as a regular Army nurse in 1947. You can imagine there's quite the need for that.
Right.
As well. All right, 1957, what do we have? We have an advertisement here, Angela. And this is an advertisement for flowers for all occasions. Quality and experience cannot be imitated. CM Medcalf Florist and Greenhouse for the freshest flowers at the corner of Washington and Liberty Streets. Phone Olive 1 3723.
Olive 1.
Or Olive 1 3970. So there we have Mr. Medcalf. That's right. But it's if you walked out our front door and walked straight up the hill, when you got up there to Washington Street, the brick building there, that was Mr. Medcalf's Florist up there. And I always thought it was interesting as a little kid. Hey, wait a minute, we're Barron County. They got Medcalf Florist up
there
here.
There you go.
It's because it was the florist's name. Anyway, it was there for quite a long time. Medcalf Florist, corner of Washington and Liberty Streets. Of course, that was back in the day when all the schools were right up there too, over on Liberty Street. So a lot of activity up there. Hubbub. All right, we've got a for sale item here in 1967. For sale, oak boxing, oak framing, and tobacco sticks at the Harlan Lumber Company, Grandview Avenue in Glasgow. That was a stalwart operation for all types of construction around here. And what was the Harlan Lumber Company is still a sawmill right there, just kind of past the Kmart on that road. Interesting indeed. 1977. This day, Robin Bailey, the daughter of Mr. and Miss Bobby Bailey, was the winner of the Christmas parade theme. It's neat they get the students involved to come up with the theme, and the theme for the Christmas parade was Rain or Shine. And it's going to be held on Friday, November the 25th. Now that was, I guess that was back in the day of, I don't know, I better not speak up here too much, but there was, for a while, the Glasgow Christmas parade was always in the middle of the day, the day after Thanksgiving. But I'm not sure that's what that occasion was. All right, here in 1987, we had some employees of the T.J. Sampson Hospital honored for 30 years of service. These are some big names in the history of T.J. Sampson Hospital. Noel Pierce, Evelyn Billingsley, and Helen Adwell. In 1987, those three ladies were honored for 30 years of service. And I'm sure, boy, could they talk about some changes over their career.
I would guarantee it.
1997, how about this? J.P. Blevins puts his Wildcat dream in writing when he signed a national letter of intent to play basketball at the University of Kentucky next season. Boy, you talk about bowing the back of the community with pride. Everybody was proud who played anywhere in the 15th district of the 4th region that we had one of our players going to play for UK. That would be Mr. J.P. Blevins, 1997. And here's probably, if Paul Harvey was still alive and still on the air, he would probably tag this story as today's story of most lasting importance. 10 years ago, Barron County Schools purchased 15 acres of property located at the corner of North Ray Street and 31E North for a new elementary school of some sort. 10 years later, we have the wonderful North Jackson Elementary in operation. But you see, a mere 10 years ago, they bought that property, speculating what they needed to do with it, and they did what they said they was going to do.
Well, there you go.
That's kind of the way it works out, and we kind of get to see the beginning and the progress in the archives. So, we are talking about things that happened here.
Yes, we are.
And we enjoy learning about the way it was. And we thank the folks who do the digging up there. Ray Green, we had his explanation of Mr. L. Felix Murray and his illustrious career. And also we have Miss Mary Jones and Miss Gail Berry, three folks who are working to make sure that the next generation appreciates the history we have.
Definitely.
And thanks to our sponsors, Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, as well as the folks at Tony Hogan Health Clinic. we'll reconvene for the same purpose tomorrow.
We can do it. Lesenberry Do It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lesenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
Personal service is what it's all about at Bailey Gibson. From the showroom to the service bay, we offer the most up-to-date service and sales available. If you know Dad, you know he's not too keen on high-tech gadgets. His flip phone is about as techy as he gets. Because of Dad's down-to-earth approach in business, Bailey Gibson customers know they can depend on us for the best price on their newer used vehicle. Stop by or give us a call and find out what true personal service is all about.
Come on, give my Danny a call.
Hey, let's see here. We're at 6:49, 48 degrees here at WCLU. Today, by special request, we're patting Kaylee Richardson on the back. It's Kaylee Richardson Day here on WCLU. And if you happen to see Kaylee Richardson around town, we'd be tickled if you would pat her on the back and tell her she's good as gold from her friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. I'll be looking forward to seeing you there for some mighty good eats. Now, let's get over here, and a couple of things I want to tell you. First of all, David Frazier, who is he's a knowledgeable archivist if there ever was one. David is telling me that Metcalfe County played in the 16th district back in the day, the 16th district, and that's kind of J.P. Blevins came from Metcalfe County and playing in the 16th district, but still made us all proud for putting his name in the big Wildcat Arena. And let's see, we also, I need to tell you about David, let's see, what was else? Oh, he was reminding me that Lori's Flower Basket, which actually was up there at Metcalfe Florist building for a couple of years. Lori had a flower basket up there and continued the tradition of providing excellent stuff. I just
hey,
heard,
Pops.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I was just want to make sure that I heard you rolling in there on me.
Yeah, I tend to do that. Hey, did you have somebody on there named Ray Curtis something?
Roy Curtis Nance.
Okay. Just to clarify, he was at the Methodist church, not the Baptist church.
Yeah.
We had a nice young lady call in and clarify that for us as well.
Yeah, and we got that taken care of. First United Methodist Church in Glasgow, and then went on and continued in Frankfort at the First United Methodist Church there as well. 28 years as the music minister, and a lot of folks know Roy Curtis Nance and will appreciate hearing him again this Sunday. And let's see, you know, he's got two sisters. Linda Cook is Roy Curtis's sister, along with Martha. And I don't know what Martha's last name is now, but anyway, just good folks.
Well, we appreciate everybody listening, and more importantly, we appreciate everybody listening carefully.
That's right, because, you know, we certainly we can't guarantee that we don't occasionally mess something up because we handle so much. All right, 6:52. Why don't we talk about the weather forecast for today? As Ray Stajic is here to talk about the way the next several days are going to be, brought to you by South Central Bank.
The best way to avoid holiday stress is with good planning. South Central Bank is ready to help you get started with their Christmas Club Savings Plan. You can open yours anytime throughout the year, and it pays a joyful 2.5% interest rate. The South Central Bank Christmas Club Savings allows you to deposit up to $100 per week for a maximum annual deposit of $5,200. Then a check will be mailed to you in mid-October. It's that simple and certainly not stressful. Get started at any South Central Bank office today. Member FDIC.
Cold front pushing through. I kind of chuckle, though. It's really not that much colder back behind the front. Little fog left in its wake and cloud this morning, then becoming sunny quickly as we go through this morning and into the afternoon. Mostly sunny, 49. So we are down from the mid-50s yesterday. Tonight, clear, cold, 31. That's about 8 below average. Some with a few clouds tomorrow, quickly back up near 60. And then we've got some change coming in for Saturday. Clouds with a chance of rain. Windy, low 60s. Sunshine returning on Sunday, however. Highs will be in the mid-40s, so we'll get a little bit colder. And the day to travel, if you're traveling over the weekend, does look like it's going to be Sunday. But dry weather should go into next week, most of next week. I'm Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. We're waking up with 48 degrees. We had about 1,300 of an inch of rain in the rain gauge from yesterday. Barometer still up there at 30.13. And 100% humidity, a wee bit sticky. 48 weather brought to you by South Central Bank.
How many times have those online shopping websites offered to bring you in out of the cold and treat you to refreshments and register you to win something for free? Well, they haven't, which is why shopping locally in the store is still the best way to go. Unique Gifts is offering just that this Friday and Saturday at their annual Christmas open house. While that in and of itself is a great tradition, the experience is truly unique to Unique Gifts. Stop in, shop, enjoy discounts, refreshments, and register to win cool stuff at their Christmas open house this Friday and Saturday. Unique Gifts.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our number one priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Oh. Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and made with 100% white meat.
You're watching WCLU's Live and Local Morning Show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
Dealer for complete details.
6:55 on WCLU. Let me go back to the archives a minute because I told you I was going to talk about the holiday celebration they're going to have at the Museum of the Barons, and I'm going to give you some more specifics on that because they need your input. This year, the Christmas tree that's going to decorate the lobby will have a military theme, decorated in red, white, and blue, ornaments on a tree, to be copied photos of people who have served or are currently serving in our U.S. military. All you need to do is to copy a photo of a family member who has served or is currently serving in the military, any service from Revolutionary War to the present. Identify the name of the soldier on the back of the photo when they served. And then bring a copy of the photo to the Cultural Center from now until December the 8th. Volunteers will be there punching a hole in the top, putting a red, white, or blue yarn through the hole, label the photo, and then put it on the tree. A note here, you please bring a copy only because you won't receive the copy back after the holidays. But what a pretty tree that is going to be making. It is 6:56 and trivia right around the corner.
I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it. Is it suede? Suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow today.
Legendary.
Extreme Fitness members are there for the right reason.
I feel like if you're going to the gym, you are in the process of developing a better you. It's something you're always going to be wanting to do, and the gym gives you that to go in and crush your daily goal, but to always be developing a better you. I choose Extreme because of the family atmosphere. Everybody there knows you by name. You always see a friendly face, and that's why I choose Extreme.
So what can excellent facilities, dedicated staff, and a welcoming atmosphere do for you? Head to Extreme Fitness to find out.
Yeah, and folks get to head to Extreme Fitness, maybe who've never been there, because they get a card that lets them try out one of the Extreme locations. Or you can just, even if you have been, going back is going to be really enjoyable. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Answer this question, and you'll get that free pass to maybe Extreme Gymnastics, Extreme Fitness. Who knows? Try your luck. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. How much longer is a nautical mile than a mile on land? In feet. In feet. How much longer is a nautical mile than a mile on land? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Little navigator's question here today. We have nautical miles and we have land miles or regular miles, or I've seen other names of them. Trivia.
520 feet.
No, it's not right. How many more feet is a nautical mile than a mile on land? Trivia.
6,076 feet.
No, that's not right. How much longer? How much longer? Trivia. Trivia.
1,000.
No, that's not right. How much longer is a nautical mile in feet than a land mile is? Trivia.
49 feet and a half. 49 and a half feet.
No, that's not right. A nautical mile, it's longer than a land mile. By how many feet?
Is it 1 mile?
No, it's not right. Trivia.
796.
Say it again.
796.
796 is absolutely correct. And who's this speaking?
It's Benny Lyle.
Benny, how you doing?
I am doing great, thank you.
Well, I'm glad. Here we are. It's the 16th, and you've just now winning.
I know I'm flipping.
That's all right. So, what do you know about nautical miles, there, Benny?
Well, I know I had to do a little mathematics to get that sorted out.
Yeah, that's right. It's 796 feet. Because a nautical mile is 796 feet longer than a land mile because of the fact. Well, Benny, you got the PhD. Tell us why.
I couldn't tell you why. I looked up how many miles. I saw the miles of a nautical mile. Then I did the conversion feet, and then I did 5,280 feet miles. Did a little subtraction, and it just worked.
It worked. Hey, it did. And the reason why we have nautical miles is because the Earth is not flat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's the curvature of the Earth, and so a nautical mile takes into account the curvature of the Earth's surface, which is really handy when you're sailing the ocean.
Yes, that does help.
And and you could. I saw a nice explanation of it where you could actually cut the Earth in half and measure. From side to side, and then the curvature, and the difference would be 796 feet.
Yep.
Okay, Benny.
And as I said, it just works.
Yeah, sometimes that's the better way. Don't ask me why. It just is.
It just is. That's right.
All right, Benny. Well, thanks a lot for tuning in, and we will talk to you real soon.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. Benny Lyle, that's right. A nautical mile is 796 feet longer than a regular mile, a land mile. I'm not sure. I know there's a more fancy name for it. I just don't know what it is.
I need to come in here real quick.
Okay.
I just heard from Wendell Honeycutt, who's on his way to Bowling Green.
Yeah.
And he said that there's a single pickup truck wreck on I-65 right where you get off the Cumberland Parkway on the interstate south.
Okay.
It's right at the exit, but it's on 65. People need to use caution.
Mm-hmm.
Ambulances and fire trucks are now on their way.
Well, that's a good. I appreciate Wendell calling that in because when you come off and get on the interstate right there, traffic is moving pretty fast.
Yes.
And that could really mess some things up.
Yes.
That's I-65 South, right after you get onto it off of the ramp from the Cumberland Parkway. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. It's 7:02 at WCLU. We've got lots more news for you coming up on the Live and Local 7 o'clock morning edition. And we also will play trivia again tomorrow. I'm choked up about it. Let's go ahead and get into the 7 o'clock morning edition.
CBS News Update. The sexual abuse claims against Alabama Republican Roy Moore now total 9. One of 4 new accusers tells the Washington Post she was 14 working as a Santa's helper at a mall when Moore first approached her. Post reporter Beth Reinhard.
He gained a reputation as someone who was, frequently approaching teenage girls, young women that worked at the mall, asking them out. In some cases, they were flattered and went out with him, though in retrospect, they think that was an age difference that wasn't appropriate. Other women tell us, he made them very uncomfortable.
Moore's attorney with a request for another accuser who claims the then assistant district attorney signed her high school yearbook.
We demand that you immediately release the yearbook.
Moore is losing one key voter in his Senate race, fellow Alabama Republican Senator Richard Shelby.
I will be writing in a distinguished Republican.
Who that is, Shelby won't say. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and let you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Persley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin & Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire. On Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Finally, I found
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
48 degrees, 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the Live and Local 7 o'clock morning edition here on WCLU. We'll check in with Ray Stage. You can get a handle on how we're going to shape up this weekend and get a sneak peek into holiday travel time next week. Well, let's begin the Live and Local 7 o'clock morning edition with our top story at 7. We are tickled here on Top Story at 7 today to have guests to talk about something that is the talk of the town coming up this weekend. It's To Kill a Mockingbird, the production royale of the Far Off Broadway players. I'll explain that in a moment, but I want to introduce you to our guests this morning. First of all, we have Paul Glodfelter.
Yeah.
Paul is the artistic director now, the full-time artistic director of the Far Off Broadway players, as well as being the director of this weekend's production, To Kill a Mockingbird. Glad to have you here, Paul.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
I think that probably what probably hadn't been touted enough is the credentials that you bring to the Far Off Broadway players. I mean, you are truly a professional actor.
They're all lies. Well,
I mean, well, then give us some truth.
No. Yeah, I've been on the stage for a really long time, and I was here back in the 2006, 2007, 2008 at the Theater and Horse Cave, and I've been traveling around a lot since then. But came back here a couple of years ago and met back up with Charlie and Peggy and did a show for them in the summer, and all of a sudden I'm the artistic director.
Well, one of the things that brings credibility to this is that Charlie and Peggy have invested their soul into the Far Off Broadway players.
Literally.
And then to allow for you to come in here and kind of help do some other things, that instantly gives you credibility to be doing this.
You're not telling me anything I don't already know.
and that's why I want to introduce Charlie Goodman, because Charlie has been on, we've promoted lots and lots of plays, lots of activities on this program, but here in the To Kill a Mockingbird production, I want Charlie to talk about, you're going to have a special role as well, and we've got lots of special folks involved. So Charlie, why don't you give us a little spin here on the way what folks can see?
Well, I need to correct you first, Henry. You said that I had invested my soul in Far Off Broadway. Many would argue that a lawyer investing his soul is an oxymoron by definition.
Right. Well, okay.
But other than that, yes, we are really, really pleased with this production. This is the first true, quote-unquote, straight play that Far Off Broadway has done. And we've been around, as you know, for 11 years. Most of our productions, the vast majority of our productions, have been pure comedies or farces.
Right.
A few mixed, Steel Magnolias, Driving Miss Daisy, have dramatic elements in them, and then some stylized plays such as Frankenstein and Dracula. But this is the first true straight play that we have done. It is drama of the highest order. It is an intense play. It is for the purpose of making several social comments, social points, and we think it does very well, but it does because it does it very strongly.
Well, let me say this. I would say that the play To Kill a Mockingbird has a lot of cumbersome elements in it that require you all to really, really put on a good show.
The only way that we can do that, and we think that we have been able to do that, is through the excellent direction of Paul, and also the fact that we have a cast which is, yes, it's amateur theater, but there are amateurs and there are amateurs.
Yeah.
We have many veteran actors in this cast. It's a large cast.
Yes.
And we have many veteran actors, some of which, just to be in the play, have agreed to take on very minor roles, just to say that they were a part of this production. And I will tell you, the response of the community has been really gratifying. We are starting tomorrow morning having 2 matinees for the schools, the area schools, and by area schools I mean all the way to Cumberland County.
That is impressive.
Tomorrow morning, around 900. We're going to have what, Paul, on Friday morning around between 300 and 400.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then our regularly scheduled programming, if you will, for the general public, which will be Friday night at 7 o'clock, Saturday night at 7 o'clock, Sunday matinee at 2 o'clock. And of course, I always say plenty of good seats available, and I do it about half jokingly on our other productions because the Plaza holds 1,000. I'm not joking this time. There may not be plenty of good seats available if you don't if you don't get your tickets ahead of time. Yes, there'll be seats available for you as a quote-unquote walk-in.
I've been hearing big numbers, though, from the pre-sale.
Yeah, there are big numbers, but and you'll be able to get a seat anytime. But for those that agree with the philosophy that closer the better, I would recommend that you contact the Plaza as soon as you can, and the number is 361-2101. www.plazatheater.org, is that right, Paul?
It's historicplaza.com.
Oh, that's right, we changed it.
Yeah, and then you can also get them on our website, which is faroffbroadwayplayers.com.
All right. Now, let's zoom way back here for the benefit of our audience that loves to go to a good production, that enjoys going to the play, but they don't know a thing about To Kill a Mockingbird. Let's do the setting. Let's just say, okay, folks, when you come, this play is set. Paul?
Well, it was a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Harper Lee, and it's came out well over 50 years ago, I think 54 years ago, something around there. And the play is set in 1935, historical town of Macomb, Alabama. And the setting is a single father who has two wonderful kids. He's an attorney in town, and he gets thrown a case in the local court where a young 19-year-old, very poor young woman has accused a black man of having improper relations with her and beating her up. And the court goes to trial, and that is the majority of what the actual context of the story is. Obviously, there's a lot more to it than that. But given the setting in Alabama, of course, there is a lot in the play about racism and prejudice and being judgmental. And I think the central theme I would like to get across to everybody is this young girl who everybody calls Scout. Her name is actual Jean Louise Finch, who's the youngest daughter of Atticus Finch. And she gets a lesson in this play, in this story. And it's basically that you really don't know a person until you walk around in their skin for a while. And I think if we want anybody, a message to come across to anybody who comes and sees the show, doesn't know anything about it, I think that is the central theme.
And from a standpoint of audience, is there an advisory on how young the audience can or cannot be? Well,
you know, we kind of, I see it as more of a PG-13 kind of thing, if you were to put a, because the subject matter is intense, and we do use some of the language that was used back in the 1930s and things of that nature. So, but for the most part, you know, a lot of schools read this in school, 8th, 9th grade, things of that nature. So many students are familiar with that already. So, so yeah, I mean, I would, you know, young kids, you know, it's up to the parents' discretion. Honestly. But as far as a good message goes, I think that the message is just fantastic.
I would agree with you. Now, we've put a little teaser out there. Let's remind everybody they can get tickets. Let's remind everybody the public performances are going to be.
It is November 17th at 7, November 18th at 7, and November 19th, which is Sunday, at 2 p.m.
Okay, all right, 361-2101, or you can go to faroffbroadwayplayers.org.
Com.
Okay.
Or you can get a ticket at the door. If
Okay,
you so
get a
wish.
ticket at the door.
Yep.
But you're rolling the dice on
That's
where you're
right.
going to sit.
I want to say he's in the show too.
Yeah, that's right. I just maybe out of professional courtesy, what role are you playing?
I've been given the opportunity to, and it's the only opportunity that I'll ever have to be a judge.
All right.
Even though it's a faux judge.
Yeah, gotcha.
I play Judge Taylor, who tries to keep order during the trial room scene.
Charlie Goodman, Far Off Broadway Players. Paul Glodfelter, the creative director of the Far Off Broadway Players. Thank you all for doing this for our community, and I really feel like the community is going to respond in a positive manner.
Thank you,
And that's
Henry.
our top story at 7 here on WCLU.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Since 1902.
In more local news, no good deed goes unpunished. A man's accused of carjacking a teacher who police say stopped to help crash victims on her way to work in Kentucky. Powell County Sheriff's Deputy Mike Townsend told WKYT-TV a Powell County high school teacher was driving to work around 7:30 Wednesday when she passed a wreck in Irvine. Stopped to see if she could help. Townsend said a passenger from the car involved in the crash jumped in her car and forced her to drive him to a home in Powell County. Townsend said the woman escaped and investigators arrested 28-year-old Freddie Reed Jr. of Clay City. Reed charged with kidnapping. Investigators say he was already under indictment in a separate case. And the Cave City Council spent much of its meeting Monday evening focused on the hiring of a full-time police officer for a position that Police Chief Terrell Riley's asked to be created. Currently, the department has an unfilled part-time officer's position, which is funded in the city budget. Monday evening, Chief Riley asked the status of his request for the full-time position, which opened a lengthy discussion about the funding. City Clerk Jennifer Freeman said told the council that revenue generated from alcohol sales had dipped, as anticipated after Glasgow and all of Barron County voted to legalize the sale of packaged liquor. Funds generated by alcohol sales and regulatory fees must be used in the enforcement of alcohol laws, meaning helping fund a law enforcement position would be acceptable. Freeman explained that by February of 2018, she and the city's finance committee would note the funds were available because alcohol sales run on a calendar year. Riley told the council that a few prospective employees would accept a full-time law enforcement position without benefits. That was one idea mentioned by the council as far as paying for the position. Riley also asked the purchase of 5 handheld digital radio units, 11 mobile units for use in vehicles, and a repeater would total just over $23,000, a state contract bid price. Freeman reported the police department has ample money available in capital outlay to make the purchase. And if your kids are falling asleep watching TV or with a cell phone tucked under the covers, they're probably going to bed later and getting much less sleep than kids without access to electronic devices. Monique Laborge is the lead author on a new study that says children are uniquely vulnerable to sleep disruption from electronic screens. She says because of the eyes of young children are not fully developed, the light has a bigger effect on their internal body clock.
And many parents believe that media, like watching a video or playing a game, actually calms their children before bedtime. But in fact, it may be the exact opposite, and we may be creating the perfect storm to disruption of both the circadian clock and sleep.
Studies have found that screen time is associated with delayed bedtimes, fewer hours of sleep, and poor sleep quality. A recent report from the nonprofit organization Common Sense Media show mobile media device use has tripled among young children ages 5 to 16 in just the past 6 years. Labor says light is our brain's primary timekeeper. And when it comes to children and adolescents, self-illuminated devices such as smartphones, tablets, and televisions bathe kids' eyes in blue light. They can keep sleep at bay.
So this immature eye allows more light to actually hit the retina that signal the internal biological clock.
Labors encourages parents to turn off their kids' devices with screens before bedtime and charge them somewhere outside the bedroom. And here is Chamber Executive Vice President Ernie Myers with the latest news.
Everyone from the Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce, you know Christmas parade time is coming up real soon. That'll be on December the 2nd, which is just about 2 weeks from this coming Saturday. The drop-dead deadline to get your application in for the Christmas parade is close of business on Friday. That's tomorrow, the 17th. The chamber offices are open from 8:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon, and if you have not gotten your application in by 4:30 in the afternoon here where, then I'm afraid your entry just won't be able to be entered into the parade. So please, if you have forgotten about it, procrastinated, put it off, or anything of that sort, let this be your notice. You need to get that application in to be in the 2017 Christmas parade, which takes place on December the 2nd. So get them in by tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. So that's what's going on at the Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce. We're working together, building a better community.
And with WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs at 7:24 a.m., 48 degrees.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. A Democratic lawmaker in Frankfort says he has asked the State Ethics Commission to investigate a sexual harassment settlement involving 4 members of the State House of Representatives.
Representative Jim Wayne of Louisville says he's filed a complaint with the Legislative Ethics Commission, which has the power to subpoena witnesses. He wants them to investigate a sexual harassment settlement involving former Republican House Speaker Jeff Hoover and 3 other GOP lawmakers. Hoover has acknowledged the settlement and resigned from his leadership position earlier this month, but remains in the legislature. House Republican leaders have hired a law firm to conduct their own investigation. The commission has investigated sexual harassment allegations before, previously against Democratic Representative John Arnold in 2014. The commission voting to fine him $3,000. I'm Will Clark.
State police in West Kentucky are looking for a missing Paducah woman who was last seen with a man who has numerous outstanding warrants, including assault. 41-year-old Lori Peavy was last seen Tuesday with 42-year-old Billy Joe Williams, who's considered dangerous, and troopers say people should not approach him if they see him. The federal government wants the mayor of Lexington to remove a rainbow-colored crosswalk because it says the gesture honoring the LGBTQ community is a safety hazard. Thomas Nelson, the Kentucky Division Administrator for the Federal Highway Administration, says that while the agency recognizes it as art and well-intended, it does not comply with safety standards. Family and friends gathered in Marion County this week to remember a sheriff's deputy killed in the line of duty 5 years ago. Deputy Anthony Rakes was shot as he walked up to a stopped car in Lebanon. Rakes' sister, Anita Elder, tells WKYT.
I still miss him. It doesn't change. It's 5 years today, but don't feel like it for me. It feels like today.
Dwayne Shipp pleaded guilty to the killing. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
You're going to need me.
You're going to need us.
All of us.
You're going to need our technical skills,
our math, our engineering skills.
You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food.
You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills.
You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion.
You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring.
And we promise, we'll be there when you need us.
Today, 4-H is growing the next generation of leaders. Support us at 4h.org.
7:28 at WCLU. It is 48 degrees. Next thing we need to do is to talk about the way the weather is shaping up today. Ray Stajic on duty at the Weather Channel for us this morning.
Clouds in and areas of patchy fog around this morning. We're going to get into sunshine, though, and the weather much improved as we head on through today. Cold front is through, so temperatures are down a bit. We're going to quickly bump back up, though, with rain by the beginning of the weekend. Patchy fog around this morning, then developing sunshine and mostly sunny this afternoon, 49. Tonight mainly clear and colder, 31. So certainly a jacket tomorrow morning, and you might not need it in the afternoon. Sun with a few clouds, 60. And the winds will start to pick up out of the south as we look on through tomorrow night. And we'll get some rain and wind on Saturday in the low 60s. And then colder Sunday, mostly sunny, highs only in the mid-40s, lows in the 20s. The 50s will return next weekend, at least through Wednesday. It looks like we'll have a dry stretch of weather for holiday travel. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
We're stuck on 48 degrees this morning, Ray. We got 1/1300ths of an inch of rain yesterday, and it was pretty slow rain, but it did add up to a little bit there. And we are looking at some more rain shower activity late in the weekend, 7:30 at WCLU.
How many times?
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Unique gifts. Good morning, friends. It seems that a great many people are always living in the past with a what could have been attitude, and another great number are living in the future with a wait till next time outlook. I suggest we all get on with making today the best day we can. Continual griping about our circumstances, the election, the weather, or the politics of our leaders seems much like the children of Israel while wandering in the wilderness. God became so disgusted with their murmuring, their griping, their complaining, and their lack of thankfulness that he gave them a 40-year lesson in patience. Continual dissatisfaction and grumbling about life and love and living is a slap in the face of God. Do you believe he's in control? If so, let's trust him to work out all things for the good of him that love him. I believe that's what Romans 8:28 says, isn't it? These sorts of attitudes and actions show a lack of trust in the Almighty God and make us a part of the problem rather than a part of the solution. We do not have to agree with everything around us, nor do we have to like the direction our society or our circumstance or our nation is taking. But we need to strive to make things better by practicing godliness and not by whining and complaining and slandering others. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Personal service is what it's all about at Baylor.
Birthdays today. Ralphie's Fun Center has a special fun day coming up on Black Friday. Let me give you a little preview here. It's the Ralphie's Fun Center Black Friday event on the 24th of November, which will be about a week from tomorrow. Begins at 9 o'clock in the morning, will end at midnight. Now, on Friday the 24th, you can purchase a $20 gift card for only $10, and that's a one-day only deal. $20 gift card for $10. Also that day, you can purchase a child's multi-activity wristband at the regular price of $15 and get an adult for only $5. The activities include the skating, bowling, mini golf, time freak, and inflations, and not to mention all the fun you'll have, because after all, it's Ralphie's Fun Center. Now let's talk about our birthday honorees today. We've got a husband and wife tag team having birthdays today. It's Terry and Kathy Shank. Terry and Kathy Shank, husband and wife, birthdays today. It's Joyce Weir having a birthday. It's Darlene Vincent. We understand that Darlene is 58 today. John Clark is 67. Heaven Hayes is 18. Lindsay Crow. Tyler Keating. Tyler, we woke up a rooster in your behalf on your 30th birthday here a bit earlier. Tina Sharp with a birthday, and Kaylee Richardson is 12 today. Well, we are looking for anniversaries. You know, I know people got married in November, and we just need to hear from folks who are celebrating anniversaries today as well as birthdays, because somebody's going to win a delicious cake from Dairy Queen on this piece of paper. So the name needs to be on the piece of paper. And also a beautiful rosebud from out at Greer's Florist. 651-9149-800-956-1023, conveniently on WCLUradio.com. And birthdays brought to you by Ralphie's Fun Center.
Are you looking? Personal service is what it's all about at Bailey Gibson. From the showroom to the service bay, we offer the most up-to-date service and sales available. If you know Dad, you know he's not too keen on high-tech gadgets. His flip phone is about as techy as he gets. Because of Dad's down-to-earth approach in business, Bailey Gibson customers know they can depend on us for the best price on their newer used vehicle. Stop by or give us a call and find out what true personal service is all about.
Come on, give my Danny a call.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
Suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow today.
The Glasgow EPB is on Facebook and Twitter. Be the first to know when the EPB makes improvements such as new channels or new services. Wondering what's going on during an outage? The EPB provides constantly updated information that you can receive via Twitter on your cell phone. Plus, learn great new tips to lower your bill. On Facebook, just search for Glasgow Electric Plant Board and click the like button at the top right. On Twitter, search for the Glasgow EPB, then follow us and have updates linked to your cell phone. The Glasgow EPB.
736, 48 degrees, WCLU.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Tidbit news from around the world, up the street, everywhere in between. Mark's going to join us.
Good morning.
How you doing, Mark?
Oh, doing great this morning.
Things all right over there in that technical center over there?
As good as they're going to be. It's technical. You know how that goes.
That's right. I can always tell because if something technical messes up, I hear some slamming.
Yeah, it gets a little hectic
some
in
beating.
here. Well, there's padded walls in here, so
Yeah.
Wes gets a little excited sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. All right, I got a few little tidbits here that I wanted to
All right.
share with you today.
Sounds good.
Let's see. This is a big deal out in Nashville. Taylor Swift has left some fans shocked by dropping by a Tennessee Target store to pick up a few things, including her new album.
Yeah, Target's in the news. You know, they got chickens getting their heads snapped off.
That's right. Now we got a chick coming by.
Now we got a chick coming by.
The Nashville Tennessean is reporting this morning the superstar singer chronicled her Target run through the Instagram stories. The newspaper reports that Swift approached fans and video chatted with their friends who missed out on the surprise visit to the store.
Well, that was nice of her.
Ms. Swift approached some starstruck shoppers in the store, telling them, quote, "You can talk to me if you want to," unquote. I guess they were so starstruck, they just didn't feel like they needed to, they could speak.
Well, I don't know. You know, she's kind of like one of those like Cleopatra types. You know, you just feel guilty for looking at her. You know.
Yeah. Well, Swift said in her story that she has a tradition of visiting the store to buy her album when a new one comes out. Her 6th album, Reputation, was released last week,
Well,
and I understand it's a excellent album. So anyway, she says, "I'm gonna run out to Target right here."
Well, it's equally as guilty, you know, looking at her as it is. You know, I'll say it's a guilty pleasure of some of her music I actually like.
Oh yeah, I mean, she, you know, very talented.
Some of it, yes.
Very talented.
Yep.
You know, but it's difficult because, I mean, she probably has a lot of people pushing her in different directions.
I would say so. You know, for her to be her age and to be as independent as what she is, that's saying something. I don't know. Either that or she's got like a serious, I'm sure she does anyway, like a serious set of bodyguards and advisors and whatnot. But
yeah, you wouldn't know unless you made a move.
yeah, I'd say you'd find out the wrong way every time.
That's right.
Yep.
All right, here's another story right here. I like this. I like the slug on this. The slug on this story reads, "Squeeze through McDonald's." A McDonald's drive-through window became a squeeze-through window for a woman who apparently needed a fast food fix. A surveillance video shows her worming her way inside, helping herself to a soft drink and making off with a box of items.
I wonder what the items were. I mean, there's assorted
I don't know.
amounts of goodness at that front counter, so I can't imagine.
Let me see what she did here. The video posted on Twitter feed of Howard County Police in Columbia, Maryland, shows the break-in early on November the 5th when the restaurant was closed. The woman reaches through the window for a soda cup and tries unsuccessfully to fill it from the dispenser.
She's just thirsty, you know.
Well, I mean, you know, so here, take it lesson number 1. The drink fountain's further away from the drive-through window than your arm, lady.
Yeah. Well, you know, if I was going to look, I'm not one to reach through a closed business's window, but if I were, I would be reaching for those McGriddle things. Those, you know, it's got the impregnated thing of maple syrup. Whoever invented that is a genius.
Branded little M's.
Yeah.
Anyway, the where's the rest of it here? She then manages to squeeze herself into the restaurant through the small window and gets a soft drink.
I'm gonna just step out on a limb here and just say that I think that they're alluding to her weight and stature. Do you think?
They don't bring it up here.
Squeeze through a drive-through.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to a few of those drive-through windows. You know, I'm guilty of almost having to squeeze through one myself right now. But they're probably a good 2-3 feet wide. You know, if you're squeezing through a window, and it's not a basement window, I'm gonna say that's a problem.
Well, you know, it's you might, if you're claustrophobic, you get kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And the last line of the story here, the woman puts a box of unidentified items through the window and leaves. So no, we don't know what the items were.
It's probably like coffee lids or something.
Yeah,
useless.
something that, you know, souvenirs.
Look what I got.
Or some sort of a validation.
Yes.
Yes, I was in there. Where else would I have 150 tops to a cup of coffee?
Well, you could like hand them out like calling cards. You know,
that's
just
right. This is me. This is the one you heard about on the radio in Kentucky.
It's a you know, they got those unique business cards everybody's passing out now with like their squares and their different. Yeah, I got coffee lids. Got the M on the top of it.
All right, and finally this story. This is an interesting little twist right here. Billionaire Thomas Golisano. Thomas Golisano claims that an interior decorator overcharged him by more than $300,000 when she renovated his yacht.
Oh, that poor thing.
And charged him $845,000.
Well,
the newspaper up in Buffalo, New York, says the former Buffalo Sabres owner and three-time candidate for New York governor testified in a civil trial in Rochester, maintaining the decorator had agreed to provide furnishings at wholesale cost. His wife, who is former tennis star Monica Seles, testified that she grew concerned about the cost during a cruise in 2014 when there were so many pillows she was unable to sit down on the couch.
Well, she noticed that they had a futon instead of a leather couch.
That's right. Yeah, we're going to have to nickel and dime it somewhere here. But
well, I've been in that spot before. I've had a fake bed basically. It had it was an air mattress. It was like one of those double sized ones. Of course, no one ever knew. But you go lay on that and you get a little surprise. It's a little more cushy than the old
sure.
Posturepedic, or so to speak. But yeah, so it's $300,000
overcharged.
She probably just thought. I mean, I don't agree with stealing one way or the other, whether it's from a billionaire or whether it's from a guy with 10 cents. But she probably just thought, well, $300,000, you probably won't miss that.
Yeah, that's right. She probably. I don't think it was wholesale at all.
No, I don't know. She just cheated on the receipts or something.
That's right. Okay, Mark. That's what we have. We have Taylor Swift and a yacht. And let's see, what was the other story that we had on here? Oh, talking about squeezing through the window.
Right. So again, Target is in the news. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
All right. That's Tidbit News for the morning.
Life is made of connections between people, places, ideas.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Andre, I need a longer straw.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders, juicy and made with 100% white meat.
You're watching WCOU's Live and Local Morning Show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCOUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-thru window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis.
Or it translates into 8:15 here in South Central Kentucky. Live on the radio, Bobby Lee Hurt, who has a whole lot of good information about a whole lot of good things, is on with us live and direct from Hurt Auto Sales, located at 621 West Main Street in Glasgow. It's a nice location in the middle of Main Street, and boy, will you be steered in there when you look at some of the things they have on the lot now at Hurt Auto Sales. Bobby Lee.
Hey, how you doing, Henry?
I am doing excellent, sir. I'm just enjoying Thursday.
I tell you what, the sun's looking good, and it'll be a nice day. But, a good day to go car shopping.
I think it is because, why not go while the selection is good and while you've got time to ponder a little bit but you got to take your time to get up there because you can't rubber stamp and bring in another one just like the one that these people missed.
That's correct, Henry. We just got in a 2011 Chrysler Town & Country van.
Okay. Ooh.
I mean, it looks like a new one, Henry. It's a limited edition. Got the DVD, leather, stow and go. Yeah. Got it all, right?
Chrysler, they're the ones that figured out minivans. They're the ones that pioneered it, and they kept on coming up with these really intriguing, interesting, neat ways to travel in a minivan. And I guess that's what this thing has up there at your place, doesn't it?
Most certainly is. Very, very comfortable and good-looking van. And it's got the chrome wheels, as a matter of fact. And we've got it priced in it for just $11,900.
I never would have guessed it that low.
It is low. It's an excellent price on it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, maybe, who knows? That might be exactly what somebody's looking for, and they might be up there in a few minutes.
We certainly hope so. Okay. It won't take but a few minutes to send them home in it.
Yeah, I understand completely.
Got a 2012 GMC Acadia, third row seat. Got a nice price on it as well, and we got it priced for just $12,900 today. Okay.
This third row seat thing is really coming up in conversations a lot, and folks are in other words, a third row seat is like, hey, if we need it, it's going to be good, but if we don't need it, then certainly it's good to have it back there when we do need it.
We have a lot of people ask for that. Of course, got the friends and neighbors and large families. So it's a good option to have.
Yeah, I think you're right, Bobby Lee.
Got a 2009 Jeep Liberty, limited as well, and it's 4-wheel drive, one owner, and this one looks. I mean, it'll catch your eye, and people's going to ask you, where did you get that? I mean, because they're going to want another one just like it.
It's apparently it's the way you describe it. It's fully loaded.
It most certainly is, Henry, and it'll like I say, it'll catch your eye. And we've got it priced for just $9,900.
Still don't believe that one.
Yeah, it's nice.
Good.
And if you don't want to spend a lot of money, just excuse me.
It's all right.
Want a nice transportation. We've got an 03 Chevy Impala. 4-door sedan, runs out really well. Just traded for it yesterday afternoon, and we're going to sell it today for just $1,900.
My goodness!
Hey,
you say you just got it yesterday?
Most certainly did.
And today you're going to sell it for $1,900.
That's right. Hey, if you're looking for good transportation, dependable transportation, we got a lot of stuff that'll do that. But if you don't want to spend a lot of money, $1,900, you can drive out today. Okay.
Well, sounds to me like that you've got, you've done a good job of getting the lot full of things that folks, with the holidays coming up, everybody's busy, everybody's preoccupied, but you're not preoccupied enough to pay too much for a vehicle. And when Bobby Lee says, I got this for you at this price, you better believe that he has factored all that in.
We most certainly have, Henry, and you'll be glad you come and shop with us. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's. Now go ahead. You can go ahead and clear your throat if you need to. I know, but this is we're proving on this program that Bobby Lee is human.
Most of the time, anyway.
Because he needs to clear his throat, cough a little bit, and because as they say, 'tis the season. A lot of folks are dealing with that, and I certainly sympathize with each and every one of them. But a couple of warm days and selling a couple of cars might cure that too, you think?
That'll help my feelings for sure.
That's right. 621 West Main Street. Still time to buy before time to go over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house. And the big thing is, Hurt Auto Sales is not winding down. They're winding up to meet your transportation needs. Let's give the phone number out there because, this is the time of the year when we get busy. And, hey, let me find out about this car. Let me call Bobby Lee, 590-1181, and you'll pick right up.
I most certainly will, Henry, and we'll be glad to talk to you.
Okay. Sure. Well, you keep on working with that cough and sore throat, and let's just go ahead and eradicate that thing completely, all right?
Most certainly. I hope so, Henry.
All right. Have a good day, sir, Bobby Lee. And we got to do the motto to make it complete, and that is
no pain. You trade with hurt. Okay.
Have a good day, sir.
And you also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Persley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet